Jacob called together all his sons and began to speak to them about what would happen to each of them in the future. He addressed his firstborn, Reuben, acknowledging his strength and position, but also rebuking him for his unruly behavior and betrayal of his marriage. Jacob then turned his attention to Simeon and Levi, condemning their violent actions and expressing his desire to have no part in their plans. He cursed their anger and wrath and declared that they would be scattered among the descendants of Jacob. Next, Jacob spoke to Judah, praising him and prophesying that his brothers would praise him as well. He described Judah as a powerful lion whose authority would not depart from his descendants until the coming of the one who would be honored by all nations. Jacob used vivid imagery to depict Judah's strength and prosperity. Moving on, Jacob spoke about Zebulun, predicting that he would settle by the seashore and become a harbor for ships. He then described Issachar as a hard-working donkey willing to labor in the good countryside. Jacob spoke about Dan, stating that he would govern his people like any other tribe in Israel. He compared Dan to a snake and a viper, causing trouble and throwing off riders. Expressing his trust in the Lord for salvation, Jacob then spoke about Gad, who would face attacks from marauding bands but would ultimately prevail against them. Jacob described Asher as one who would enjoy rich foods and produce food fit for kings. He referred to Naphtali as a doe set free, bearing beautiful fawns. Finally, Jacob addressed Joseph, comparing him to the foal of a wild donkey. He recounted how Joseph had been attacked and harassed, but his strength remained, and he was blessed by the Almighty. Jacob prayed for God's blessings to rest upon Joseph, surpassing the blessings of his ancestors and reaching to the heights of the eternal hills. He acknowledged Joseph as a prince among his brothers.